So let's talk about these 176 estates that Lagos state government declared illegal. What have they done wrong? How does this affect you as an investor? And how to protect yourself so as to not lose your own investment. I want you to get it clear that the fact that they are declared illegal does not mean they don't have good title. Secondly, it does not mean that you have lost your investment, because I see a lot of panic up and down. So what they have only done wrong is to go ahead and develop the estate without an approved layout by Lagos State Physical Planning and Urban Development. How do you ensure that your investment is not a waste? Now let's start like this. Number one, approach your developer. Get to know what they are doing currently on this issue. Now, it's all they need to do is to approach the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development for an approval of the layout of their estate. As a matter of fact, some of these estates already have good layouts. In fact, some of them have been existing for a long time. We have people living inside them for very, very, very long time. All the Lagos state government need them to do is to get approval for that layout which they have. The challenge with some of the developers is that this layout does not come cheap, and it takes a lot of time for it to get approval. Now the Lagos state government is saying that they give 21 days window to them getting this approval, which I want to believe that they have tried to shorten the time in which they will get the layout approved. I believe so. That now I know you may want to ask things like, okay, so why did the developers build when they didn't get approval for their estate? You see, the truth of the matter is some of these developers, don't forget, some of these developers have timelines. They have people who have invested into them, and they have time to deliver. The investors, some of them are on mortgage, some of them have gotten loan to build, and they need to sell and recover their money fast. That for me is the reason why I believe that some of the developers moved ahead to go and to develop even before the layout is ready. Then I also need to clear that it is not building approval. Building approval is, this is how my house is going to look at it and give me approval. But we're talking about layout. Layout is that particular document that states where a particular plot will be, where the road will be, where commercial area will be, where the residential area will be. Is there's going to be a mall, where will it be? The placement of each plot, and labeling them appropriately, which is this is for commercial, this is for residential, this is our drainage. The drainage will be here. The road will have 10 roads in this estate. We'll have maybe 2 gates. This is where the estate's security house will be. This is how our layout, how the estate is going to look. So I don't want to miss it with building approval, because I've heard people say things like, okay, why did they get approval for building and all of those things. So that there are two different things actually. Now please note, it does not mean that those estates are not good. It is just that they've not been able to obtain approval from the government. Okay, I understand that Lagos State is trying to put measures in place. They want to be sure that these estates have all that it takes, and it's all for the good of the land. I know. But one thing I want you to know is that these approvals don't come cheap, especially for estates that have been built up and the approval are not yet out. Some of them, there's possibility that they have submitted the approval, but the process is taking longer than they expected, while some have not yet submitted. So for you as an investor, what you need to do is talk to your developer. Let them do the needful. Go there, do a follow-up. If you have dropped your layout for approval, do a follow-up and ensure that it comes out. I know it doesn't come cheap. So as you have been living in an estate, get ready. There is a possibility that your developer will reach out to you to ask you for funds. Try to do your best to support them. You see, this season, you are both together, so that you will not lose your investment. Do your best to give them what is necessary. If at all there is a need for more funds. As time goes on, there is always a review in the cost of all this approval. So there is a possibility that what the developer had in mind some years ago, or that he has prepared to use to sort that, has doubled, and the guy may not have where to run to. Okay, so if at all you have reached out to and they tell you things like, oh, they need you to make some little contribution, try and do it just to secure your investment. Although I know that we don't have any of our clients bought into any of these properties, but all the same, I still find it important to share this very, very vital information with us. I hope you've learned. Let me know your comments in the comment section if at all you have anything you disagreed with, or you think there's a way the government should have gone about it and all of that. I'll be glad to hear from you from the comment section. Thank you.